Good evening, everyone. It has been 6 days. This is the seventh since the last time we speak. And today it is going to be a much more interesting, yet a very common topic that every one of us will think and talk about. Right? Today it is going to be on what to eat. Food. Basically, it's going to be about food, nutrition in science, right? So MCO, we are all back home, right? We are back in our home. Some of us are in our hostels or whatsoever. We are in our house. More time to actually cook and eat. It's either something good or it might turn out to be something not that good. Let's see what is it for you all, right? We have more time with our foods. Do you know how long a person actually spends time in a day thinking of food? Give me some comments. Come, Prim, I saw you. Hi, sir. Nice t-shirt. Yeah, it's yours. Ali, hello. Give me something. Come on. How long do you think does a person spends thinking of food in a day? Or you yourself, how long do you think on average you spend on thinking just what to eat on a day? Meanwhile, waiting, let me share. Hi, Nila. Hi, Anani. Nice to have you all here. Right, let me share the slides. Hi. Hi, Misha. Yes, I'm an ACSM graduate. Okay, come on. No answers yet. How long? How long do you guys spend? Do you think? Give me a guess. Guess. How long do you think you spend thinking of what to eat today? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 hours. How long? So the study was done in America. 15 minutes. Prem says 15 minutes. The study was done in America. It seems that an average person actually spends about 40 minutes a day. 40 freaking minutes a day thinking of food, right? Do you know what you can get done in 40 minutes? 40 minutes is a complete workout. 40 minutes is a full documentary in Netflix, maybe. 40 minutes, you can cook your lunch, your breakfast, your dinner, maybe. That is a lot of time just thinking of food. And it seems that normal eaters, right? They spend about 15 to 20% of the day just thinking of food. Normal eaters. You know who are these normal eaters? Those who wake up. Hi, Elisa. Hanani say 1 hour. Might be, right? So normal eaters are those who wake up in the morning, who does not even like spend any time thinking about their diet. They don't give a shit about their food intake. They just eat whatever their hands can reach. Even those guys or girls are spending 20% of their day thinking of food. And dieters, people like us, who exercise, who think of our health and who keep our diet in tune, we think nearly 65% of food, about food, in our day. This is crazy, man. This is really, really crazy. But then, if you think again, Shoda, hi Shoda. Because of MCO, my university provides food 3 times a day, so I don't think about food. Okay, good. That's something that's good. You might be thinking when the food is gonna reach your hostel room anyway. All right, I suppose. So it is natural. If you think it is not that crazy, actually, it is natural because we are supposed to eat. We are humans, right? We are given birth to eat. We have to eat to fuel our body, to go through our days, to go through our entire life. Because eating is something natural. Eating has to be done, right? Our brain feels like it is going to die if you're feeling hungry. You remember feeling angry when you feel hungry? You feel like slamming the freaking door. You feel like throwing something at people when you are hungry. That is your brain basically saying it needs food, and it is only focused on food on that period of time when you are feeling hungry, and it does not care about anything because your brain is thinking, because the brain is thinking it's going to die. It thinks it is going to die, right? So that is the natural thing. So today is going to be, I'm going to slightly educate, slightly discuss about how you can plan your diet around exercise and around your life in a daily routine. Already, give me some thumbs up. Give me some, what do you call this? Give me some good. Give me some peace. Let's move on. So what are the nutrition that we normally eat, right? Or for sure, we are all rice eaters, right? There's no rice, we don't talk. So we have carbohydrates first of all in our macronutrient. You got two types of nutrient. One that gives us energy. Another one is the one that helps in the production of energy and the maintenance of your body, which is the micronutrient. And we have the macronutrient. There you go. I get some peace and everything. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Stay with me. All right. Follow with me. If you have any questions, as usual, post it in the comments. I'll answer at the end of the session. All right. So macronutrients, everybody knows this: carbs, proteins, and fats or lipids. Micro is your vitamins and minerals. Talking about vitamins and minerals, it seems that vitamin D, right? Vitamin D. Everyone likes vitamin D, right? It is very easy for us to produce vitamin D. Am I right? But it seems that most human in our modern day life are deficient of this vitamin D. We lack vitamin D. Although we can just go and stand in the sun and get some vitamin D in, but then it seems that we are deficient of vitamin Ds, which is causing a lot of problems in our bodies nowadays. Talking about minerals, we are very deficient in magnesium. Magnesium eases up stress, increase your sleep quality. But when we live in this modern day lifestyle, with a lot of stresses, stress does not mean here, does not necessarily have to be here. Stress can come from everything. Stress can come from me looking at the screen right now with some blue light going into my eyes. That's why if you see my laptop or my devices after 7:30 p.m., they are as yellow as you can ever think of, because I hate blue light during the night time of my life, because I want to ease up some stress. Stress can be thinking of what to eat. Stress can be sound pollution. Stress can be a lot in our modern day life. So there are some supplements, there are some things that you have to pay attention. All right. If you want to know what, just post it in the questions. I'll slightly help you out. All right. So the next thing is going to be as I said, macronutrients give us energy, right? But not all macronutrients give the same amount of energy to us. We are normally very worried about calories. How many of you here are worried about calories? Give me some peace. Right? We think of dieters, especially people who exercise, always think of calories, right? So this is it. This is it. This pie chart says everything. Your carbs, you get 4 calories of carbs. Every gram of carbs that you eat, or say every molecule of carbs contains 4 calories, to simplify, right? And fats, they have 9 calories. Protein, they have 4 calories. So it seems that fat has the highest amount of calories per gram, say for example, right? So that is why normally, if you look at foods that are high in fats, what are the foods that are high in fats? Give me some examples. Foods that are high in fats, avocado, right? Oil, say nuts. If you eat 100 grams of them with 100 grams of rice, you can see the calories that is in fats are way more higher than in carbs, because carbs has less than, basically fats has twice the calories that carbs has. So that is why normally normally if you guys eat say this kind of nuts or whatsoever, your calorie room is going to shrink, right? Nuts, basically, dieters love to eat nuts, almond, cashew nuts, peanuts, whatsoever, peanut butter. Some people love peanut butter. So all these things are actually high, not to say high in fats, but they are high in calories because they primarily contain a lot of fat. Okay. Hi, Uncle Mr. Vishnu. It's very happy to have you here. Let me teach or educate and discuss with you all slightly about diet. Diet is a very interesting topic. It's very common in our daily life. That's why we chose diet this week, right? So sources of nutrition. As I said, these are examples. I don't have to tell you guys that this is carbs, this is proteins, and then this is fats. You guys know rice, bread, potatoes, oats. But what I'm trying to discuss here is that people think eating white rice and eating white pasta is two different things. Eating bread and eating potatoes is two different things. As long as it looks pathetic, that means they are doing something like a diet, right? For example, you can even contrast or reflect this with yourself. There were days where you eat rice and then you stop eating rice, you eat bread, saying that you are in a diet. But then you never really know what is the difference between them, what is the calories that you're actually taking in. At the end, you're doing the same thing. As long as bread looks more pathetic than rice. That is psychological things, right? I'm pretty sure many of you all have gone through this thing before. People like to eat oats. Don't eat rice, eat oats. It's good. How can be rice bad if we have been eating it for generations after generations? How can be oats so good than rice if it is in the same group, which is called carbohydrate? Protein, meats, soy, fish, eggs, everything is protein, right? Then you have fats, olive oil, avocado, cheese, butter, oil. We are very, very, very intact with oil, right? Malaysian foods usually have oil. We are not. We will rarely get out of oil because mostly we will have oil. So choosing the right oil would be kind of a change that we can do for ourselves. Next is vitamin and minerals. Fruits, vegetables, grains. Most of whatever we eat, they have vitamin and minerals in traces, in small amounts. But particularly fruits and vegetables, they have higher amounts of vitamins and minerals. Supplements, nowadays, supplements are not drugs, right? Try to understand that. Supplements are not drugs. Supplements are basically food that are made into easier way of eating it. Tablets in say, in soluble kind of tablets, in whatever tablets or whatever powdered, it is basically foods that are turned into that form so that it is easier for us to eat. They are not drugs. Supplements are not drugs, right? Period. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do we have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Say yes or no in the comments. Or why do we eat, basically? Do we eat because we are told to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? do we eat because we feel hungry, or if we actually make it a norm to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Give me some answers. Because as far as I understand, we eat to fuel ourselves, right? We are not eating to actually follow the norm. That is, breakfast is the most important thing. Eat your breakfast like a king. Lunch is the next important thing, and dinner is the third important thing. So which is the most important one? So people tend to follow this norm and say that we have to have breakfast, we have to have lunch, we have to have our dinner. In our world, many things we need to eat, but necessary 3 meals. So Ethan says we need to eat, but necessary 3 meals. All right. So that is the norm. That's the norm that I'm talking about. People always think that we have to have 3 meals a day. People are, the world has always made it easier for us. And when it is necessary for 3 meals, it is good to actually divide it. So they say breakfast in the morning, then after 4 hours, you feel bored. Okay, let's have some lunch. Then after 4 to 5 hours, or say 6 to 7 hours, you feel a little bit more bored and slightly hungry. You go for your dinner. Have you ever fasted? Have you guys ever fasted? When fasting, you'll never feel hungry, right? For the first few days, you might. Then the next few days of fasting, you'll never feel hungry. Let us talk about that at the end of the session, okay? If you have any questions, don't forget, post it right there, I'll answer for you. So time of feeding. Before physical activity, after physical activity. We are going to discuss how are we supposed to eat around our exercise first, okay? Because we will need to fuel our body for exercise, and we will need to restore the energy that we used in our exercise. People always misunderstand that you will need a lot of energy to exercise. You will need a lot of energy to restore whatever you have burnt in your exercise. But at the end, you just burn around 200, 300, say maximum 1,000 calories in your exercise, a maximum. And you eat 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 calories in a day, right? So we have to eat to fuel our physical activity. Does not necessarily has to be eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We can eat just to fuel. So say you exercise. We all exercise. We are kaki walkla, right? So you guys walk every day. Say you exercise at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening. We suggest, according to science, we suggest a black coffee before exercise, right? Why a cup of black coffee? A cup of black coffee can actually ease your fat burning process. Basically, you can burn fat easier, right? When you can burn fat easier, you are going to burn more fat. When it becomes easier for your body, you're going to do more, right? So we will actually ease, menyenangkan the process of burning fat, right? People suggest have some carbs before your training. It's very good. It's very good to have carbs before your training. And it depends. If you are actually a very strict dieter, that means you take in count of everything, sometimes you won't even need that extra energy before you train, right? Your body has enough to supply energy to your muscles that is contracting. So most of us will not need carbs, but some of us might need carbs. Psychologically, one, physiologically, another one. That means we might feel dizzy in an exercise session if psychologically we think, oh, I don't have enough energy, whereas your body fat percentage is around 20%. And physiologically, say a bodybuilder who is preparing for his competition, or a regular exerciser who really need carbs before exercise, or else he will feel lack of energy during his training. He needs carbs. So you decide whether you really need carbs or you don't. We suggest you to have because we don't know what you need. Okay, So suggestion is 30 minutes before exercise, carbs and coffee, right? Then 30 minutes after exercise. As you exercise, your body uses the glucose that is inside the body. What is glucose? Glucose is carbs, right? Glucose can be from all around, say protein, fats, and carbs, but mostly comes from carbs. And your body uses it to produce energy, right? So when it uses it to produce energy, after exercise, we suggest for you to take some carbs to replenish. So what can you take? As you can see here is a banana sandwich. It is our favorite, our Wokla trainers' favorite, because we are taught to eat this. This thing has a lot of carbs in it, right? We train heavy, we train high intense training sessions, so we will need some carbs. Do you need? Think of it again. But it is very good for you to take carbs after your exercise, because when you take carbs after your exercise, it is much easier for your carbs to turn into glucose and be stored in your muscle, not in your blood, right? When it is excessive, it will be in your blood. But when it is enough, it will go into your muscles. All right? And the next one is 90 minutes after exercise, you need protein to recover. So you will have to take some protein, say chicken, egg, fish, whatever protein that comes into your mind, get some of them and recover yourself. Eat during this period. These periods are the most important periods in your daily life for you to eat. Do you have to really eat once you wake up? You might not need to eat when you wake up, except if you are really depleted of energy. A man waking up with 20% or 30% of body fat might not be depleted of energy, right? So what do we do for those people? Let's look at those later. And then we have some suggestions as well. 60% carbs, 30% protein, 10% fat. I've always said, do not demonize carbohydrate. Whenever we start to think of food, think of diet, oh, I can't take a lot of rice, or I can't take a lot of noodles, I can't take a lot of bread, because they are carbs. Come on. You need carbs to burn fat. Simple as that. That is science. That is what we have always shared to people, always educated people. You will need carbs to actually burn fat. You see this graph right here, this diagram? This diagram actually explains why do you need carbs. So for all those scientists in my live chat right now, you can actually screenshot this thing. And if you have any question, you can ask me later. All right. This is the process where your body creates energy. All right. And this is the process where when fat has to become energy, you will need carb to support the process. It's easy as that. Fasting. I simply put this, or we simply did it to put it at the last slide, nearing the end of our session. Fasting has always been something, some people do it a lot, some people don't, right? How many of you fast? Give me a yes. How many of you don't? Give me a no. Talk to me. Interact with me. I can see there's 14 of you all. Happy to have you all. All right, talk to me. Why? No. Do you fast or do you don't? Fasting, puasa. All right. Fasting is a really, really good thing for us to do. Some people get too fanatic of fasting, but fasting can always be used as a tool to get us back on track. All right. Sharanya, she does not fast. Today, you might learn something and start fasting. I love fasting. All right. How do I personally use? No. Yes. Good. I can see a 50-50 range right there. So 50% of your fast, say 50% of your don't. All right. For example, let's turn this 50% into fast fanatics. Okay. So why fasting is very important? As much as we eat, we must also understand that our body has been running non-stop, right? The more food, I have more people yes right now. Thank you guys. Thank you Fatin, thank you Shu, thank you Nila and everyone. So the more you fast, at least the more you, sorry, our body has been running non-stop, right? So fasting is actually a rest period, which is very much more beneficial than you ever will ever imagine if you know about fasting. Say you go to sleep, right? And you fast. Sleeping is a period where you fast. Tak makan apa-apa, you will be in your fasting period. You won't eat anything. So when you wake up, you are actually in a very good phase in your daily life where you are burning fat, right? But people always focused on burning fat. Whenever they talk about diet changes, that does not matter whether it's fasting, it is paleo or whatsoever, they always want to burn fat. But the amount of benefits that fasting actually gives you, other than burning fat, is a lot, right? But let's talk about burning fat first, because that's what you all want, right? Okay. Whenever you eat your meal, which is our normal meal, which contains carbs, protein, and fat, you will actually stop or suppress the fat burning process in your body. Because whenever you eat, insulin will be secreted out, right? You know insulin, right? Everyone knows insulin because we are very famous with diabetes. So whenever insulin comes out, insulin is the hormone, for those who don't know, or the hormone that actually bring your glucose into the muscle. Okay? Whenever we eat, insulin is secreted. And whenever insulin is secreted, remember, whenever you have insulin in your body at a high level, you're not going to burn fat. You're not going to use fat as your energy. All right? So imagine eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You just woke up, you go to your breakfast, and you eat. Insulin goes up. Insulin was low because you were asleep and you were burning fat. Wake up, you're going to eat something which has carbs. Your insulin goes up. And then your insulin will slowly bring all the glucose back into your muscles, which are needed, which are excessive, will stay in your blood. All goes to your liver. It goes down, then you eat your lunch. It goes up again. It goes down, then you eat your dinner. It goes up again. So how long can you keep your insulin low is how long you can actually efficiently burn fat. So that's where fasting is helpful. When you fast, I normally fast from the last meal of my night, say 8, 9 o'clock, until 12 o'clock next day. Because when I wake up, I leave my body empty. And that is fasting. I'm letting my body to burn some fat. And I like to train sometimes in the morning during this period where I might actually use a lot of fat to fuel my body, right? So fasting is very good in terms of that. Other benefits of fasting. Have you ever feel this one? Answer me, right? Have you ever feel slumpy or floppy after your lunch? After your lunch, you feel sleepy. After your lunch, you feel like you don't have the drive to go on. After your lunch, you feel like I have to take some nap. Who feels those things? And that thing, give me a yes. And that thing is actually a common thing in our lives. We have taken that 1 to 2 o'clock or 12 to 2 o'clock slump as a common thing in our life, which many successful people try to avoid, because that 2 hours is a lot of things for them, right? See, we have a lot of people saying yes, because that 2 hours is a lot of things that they can get done with. We don't think of it. We just eat and we feel slumpy for the next 2 hours. Then we push ourselves to go on and finish the day. Whereas when you fast, you won't feel that. You will feel focused. Your alertness goes up. You see, I have a lot of yes. Your alertness goes up when you are fasting. Because when you eat, your blood has to go to your digestion system. So when it goes to your digestion system, your brain will have less oxygen and you can't be alert and focused. I have more yes. There's no no, you see? There's no no. So we are losing here. We are losing to our food. We are losing to what we eat, right? So fasting is a very good thing to keep you focused and alert. That's number 2. And fasting has to be a practice. It has to be. Why? Because eating, makan, has been our practice over these years. We never stopped eating, right? And whenever we feel hungry, we eat. And this is where fasting will be helpful. Fasting can be applied to reset your psychological, say, disorder of eating. We have an obsession to eat. We want to eat our breakfast. We want to eat our lunch. We want to eat our dinner. Why? Do you actually need to eat all those? Or do you have already normed it in your head that I must eat? Your body is not asking for the energy, but you are pumping in all those energy to your body. Can you look at it in this angle? So how does fasting actually help you? Fasting breaks the habit of eating. Eating has become a habit to us. It's no more something that you do to fuel yourself. Many of us have actually become habitual with eating, rather than thinking of eating as a fuel giver to our body to continue our daily routines. So when you fast, you reset your brain. You say, man, you don't have to eat right now. Literally, you don't have to. If you're feeling hungry, that's your brain getting used to you eating during those times. It does not necessarily mean you need fuel, right? Your body can either say, I'm hungry, if you are really hungry, right? Or your body can say, I'm hungry because yesterday or the years or the days before this, you have eaten at 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock, I'm going to say I'm hungry so that you eat at 2 o'clock. All right. Those kind of psychological hunger, you won't feel much. You'll just feel some, your stomach saying, better get some food in. That's it. You won't feel like you're dizzy, you're going to die. Not much. All right. Except you create that own drama and say, I have to eat now. So fasting is very good. Break the habit of eating. The moment you break the habit of eating, you will see a lot of changes in your life. Trust me, I've done it before. I've fasted 24 hours before. 24 hours without food. I did not die. And I'm not suggesting that to you. You may try if you want. I'm not suggesting try whatever that I'm trying. See what your body can go with. Reset. We all want to be high performers, right? We want to get our assignments done. We want to get our job done. We want to get our task down. We want to meet people. We want to talk more fluently, more alert. We want to make presentations. We are always thinking of doing something. We want to exercise, right? These are high performance habits. So to have high impact in a high performance habit, fasting is a very good thing for you to try. All right. If you have any questions, I'm at your service. We have actually come to the end of our presentation. It is 3 minutes, extra 3 minutes for y'all. Any questions? Let me put it on this slide. Let it be something that you learned today. You don't have to learn everything that I've discussed today. Just bring 1 or 2 back home. That is a takeaway, right? So if you have any questions, post it down there. Remember, the takeaway is not spicy Mexican. The takeaway is you will only need to fuel your body when your body needs the fuel. Okay? Importantly, around your exercise period. 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, 90 minutes after. Should be good. Breakfast is not compulsory. Trust me. Lunch is not compulsory. Dinner is not compulsory. Break all those things. Say, this is my first meal. This is my second meal. Put in the meals according to your routine. If you think you don't need for what you eat, That's why you have excessive fat. That's why we have excessive fat. We all have this problem. We all have this problem. So how do I reset that? I fast. I do my fasting. Okay. Okay, guys. If you have no questions, I don't see any questions. I hope you guys understand. And the takeaway again is to know when to eat and to eat the proper thing when you are hungry. Okay. Thank you very much. It's been a great 35 minutes, maybe. Okay. Before that, we have a question. Sorry. Can we fast anytime? And how long can we fast in a day? It depends. It depends. I've seen people going for 48 hours of fasting. I've done 24 hours. It depends on why do you need the fasting. Okay, before going to the next question, I was distracted. Fasting. Okay, if you are going to do it on a daily basis, say it is going to be something in your lifestyle that you are going to implement, do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, every one of you all have heard before, right? It's very famous. Take your last meal. For example, you eat at 8 o'clock at night, fast all the way to 12 o'clock next day, which is 16 hours of fasting. Say 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of you are awake, but you are fasting. Should be good. But to start out, if you have never tried fasting, your body is literally going to say, you're going to die, you better eat. Your body is literally going to say that. You're going to feel shaky, you're going to feel dizzy, you're going to feel like, oh damn, Rajesh have cheated me. Okay, so reduce the amount of fasting first. So start with 10 hours. If you take your last meal at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 10 hours, then then break your fast. Then increase it to 12 hours, increase it to 14 hours. Why night? When you sleep, rarely you will feel hungry. Rarely you'll feel hungry. So it is easier for you to go through that 8 hours comparing to you doing the fasting during the afternoon where food is all around you and everyone is hungry around you and you will always feel like you have to eat right now, right? So when you do it at night, it's easier. Okay? You can start there. Start with 8 hours of fasting if you need so. Then 10 hours. Then 12 hours. See how fast do you adapt. You will adapt in days. Trust me. You don't need 6 months like you need to build your muscles. You will adapt in hours, maybe in days. Because your body has naturally done this. But we have forgotten. Our ancestors, our primitive generations have always done fasting. We have forgotten. Because we like to eat. There's a lot of food right now. That's why. Food is in abundance, right? That's why we eat a lot. If we don't have enough food, we won't literally die. We will actually might have malnutrition, but we won't literally die. Now we have a lot of food around us. That's why we always eat. How many times do you guys go and open your fridge in a day? How many times? Try to count it for tomorrow. Try to count. How many times do you actually go and open your fridge or refrigerator? You will be amazed of how many times you actually go and open your refrigerator for no freaking reason. Next question. How should we know our body lack of fat? Fat is an extremely, extremely important thing in your body. Fat is freaking important. Fat is very important. Your hormones come from fat. Your cell is slightly made out of fat. Your membrane, the wall that guards your cell, is actually made out of lipids. Okay? Your organs has a layer that protects them, a layer of lipid. Your fat keeps you warm. Your fat is a source of energy. You need fat, but at the right amount of it. So how to know whether you lack of fat? When you start having problems hormonally and you start losing your daily balance, that means like you couldn't perform, you couldn't do something very well. You feel that you are malnutrition. You feel like there's something wrong with your body. Your body feels whenever it feels sick, right? When your body will actually shut down when you have very less fat in your body. I know this because I've been with bodybuilders who are going to go up on the stage in a few minutes, who are 3% body fat, 4% body fat, say 2% body fat. That's very extremely low. They don't feel like humans because they have really less fat in their body and they cannot perform. Remember one more thing. You don't need six-pack to actually look like you're exercising. Six-pack is not for everyone. Trust me, six-pack is not for everyone. Being that lean is not healthy as well. All right, not everyone can be that lean and perform normally like a normal human. There are some people born with six packs and they grow with six packs and they go on with six packs. It's hard for them to lose and it's easy for them to maintain. Some people, right? Some people literally diet their entire life and have a hard time having six packs. So six packs are not necessarily healthy. If you have one, if you can keep and maintain with a healthy body, it's good. You have to be healthy. That's it. You don't have to literally have six packs to show that you are healthy. Okay? Remember that. What's your opinion, Shu, about taking protein or vitamin supplement? Can they replace the real food? Which one is better? The word supplement, it simply means additional, right? If you are taking supplement, you either need it in addition. For example, if I'm taking a lot of protein on a daily basis to grow my muscles to be bigger, I might need some protein powder because I cannot be eating freaking 1-2 kilograms of chicken every day, right? It is very tiring. Who does this? Bodybuilders do that. Normal humans, do you do that? No. Usually in our food, we will get enough protein. We will usually get enough protein and vitamins. But is it important? Is it necessary for us to supplement ourselves? It depends. It depends. Some people take protein supplements or whatever supplements because they don't have time to actually sit down and eat that much of protein. They might be busy all day round. So to get a protein shake in, it is easier to actually go and eat chicken, right? Chicken may take time. Protein, sip, done. So time saving, and it is only additional. If you cannot get your food right, don't think of supplements yet. Eat your food properly. Chew your food. Be a man, be a woman. Chew your food, eat your food properly. Then think of supplements if you need, right? I take magnesium and vitamin C. Why? Because I know I'm deficient in them. I've been having some problems with my sleep and some problem with my stress management, right? Lately. So I bought some magnesium and I'm supplementing myself with some magnesium. After done with my supplements, then done. I won't get it. Why do I have to supplement when my body can actually produce it, right? So that's how it goes. Supplement when your body needs it, right? It is not necessary for you to supplement. If you don't have time to get in enough protein, then get some protein powder and use it. An ordinary person, an average human being will not ever need a protein powder, right? You will need to eat, enjoy your food, give some time to yourself to enjoy your food, right? It is very important for you all. That is how it works. Supplements is an additional. Do not replace food with supplements, right? Okay, I think that's it for today. I hope you'll learn one or two, so you know what is the takeaway today, all right? Enjoy your life. Eat whatever you feel like eating, but know what is the bad, what is the good of it, and know when to eat, okay? Food is always a good thing because they fuel your body. Never demonize food. People always demonize foods. Don't eat this, eat that. Don't eat this, eat that. Everything is food as long as it is a whole food, right? It is good for your body. It is fueling your body. It is giving your body vitamins and minerals. So approach your food in a different way. Use fasting. Eat when you need to eat. Okay, I hope you guys learned something from today's presentation, from today's talk. If you have any questions, You can always message me in our group, our Kaki Wokla. For those who have your own trainers, you can message them, some questions. We are always at your service to give you advices, to educate you all towards a better, healthier lifestyle. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your day. Sorry, good night. Bye-bye.